What's up? What's up, my people? Welcome back. Welcome to the Wilderness Podcast. For those of you who are here for the first time, but check it out, man. We got a good show for you tonight. Good show about elements that exist within everyone. Everybody shares, you know. Let me get MJ. I'm coming back. Camera. There we go. Yeah, we back. So anyway, like I said, we got a good show for you tonight. Let me get my we're not gonna do the whip thing, we're gonna do my border. The border and change the thing. Okay. All right. I want to show Malcolm tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I gotta move that picture. I gotta figure out somewhere else to put Malcolm. Such a pivotal person in my life. Uh, Such a pivotal figure in my life. I would say, yeah, absolutely incomparable. Malcolm X. But yeah, let me strip my collar out. Yeah. Anyway, okay, well check it out, man. We got a good show. Love and hate exist on the same plane. Love and hate exist on the same plane. Yeah, it truly does. We're gonna have some moments that we're gonna highlight and really be specific on these on this actual subject matter. You know, I like to change up the show. I like to show you elements, range. I like to show you different angles of how to really dissect your relationships with people. Your relationships with people are they can be very stringent, uh, effective, life-changing, pivotal, uh, influential. Yeah, influential. Because whoever you interact with, you're going to develop a relationship, and that basis is going to exist in the end of it between the emotions of love and hate. For real. So let's get to the first highlighting moment. First whip moment. We're still sticking with the whip moments. We still have whip moment shows. So yeah, let's check it out. First whip moment. They have equal power, or do they? So does love and hate have equal power? I would say, yeah, they do. See, but the thing is, in the beginning, hate has, or love. That's so existing on the same spectrum. So if you think about it, it's very easy to establish hate for a person. It's easy to. They ain't got to do but one thing that you just disapprove of, don't like what they said, don't like how they said it. You already like, I got my defense up. I know who this motherfucker is. Like I don't fuck with them. It's a feeling. it's a it's a way to some shit that they did that you just like, nah, I'm good. Oh, you done showed me enough. But in most situations, I would not tell you dealing with people, you ain't wrong. But in some situations, you may be the one that the person may be like, hell no. I already know what kind of person that motherfucker is. Like, nah, I'm good. And you like, I'm a good person. You like, by your standards. Yeah, by your standards, you're a good person. but you know, your standards aren't everyone else's standard or position or situation. Well, what do you mean? Well, I can tell by the way you prejudged me. It was simple enough. So then that person goes to having this type of attraction or this inquisitiveness. So the attraction is inquisitiveness. It doesn't have to do with anything physical. It has to do with the way a person starting to either unlearn and perceive things differently, or they want to challenge you and make you out to be the person that they thought you were in the first place. It's an extreme conundrum, but these are how humans interact. That's how some of us behave, because you got to get to the bottom of it. You got to just see. But some situations, the inquisitive one ends up learning how to think differently, or they're going to learn how to they're gonna consume themselves into a place of oblivion. You can get lost into some people's worlds and you can't come back. You ever seen a lady that's, or a man that's in the industry of law enforcement? Law enforcement is an industry. So it's a drug gang. It's an industry. And if you think that they're against each other, you're the only one fooling yourself. They have code. They have quotas. They're allowed to distribute so much until they push that shit over. They push that quota. Say, hey, that's when I get to get your ass now. So you got your fair game of cops and robbers. So you got cowboys and Indians have become into FBI agents and cartels. Mafioso groups. Everybody says, oh, well, it's good for entertainment, it's good TV. People watch shit like that, man. We love it. We consume it all. Have you seen Alex Cross? Oh, fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal series on Prime. Alex Cross, man. So you didn't even know what side to be on this season. I won't give it up. But a lot of us, I mean, fucking, we watching it, right? It's real time. A lot of us that are real fans, we already seen it, right? Like, hey, goddamn. I'm on old girl side, pimp. Like, I ain't, but you like, I don't want nothing to happen to Alex because he's so, you know, he's such a, his character has such a endearing, he functions inward. Alex functions inward out. He doesn't allow the outside world to dictate how he's going to view a situation or solve a case or a problem. So that's pretty damn cool with being that type of element. But then I know some of y'all got off because y'all don't want to watch it, but yeah, it shows it's like, damn, am I a hero or am I part of the problem? This shit is so pivotal, man. Is he a hero or is he you just you another number? I would call you another number because you was, you know, you Maryland, you DCPD. You're DCPD, but you know, you just a small cog in a big machine. And when he learned that, and he learned how, you know, people switch sides and they have their price. Their prices, positioning, fame, all those things. It's just it's the position that they want themselves in. So your positioning isn't the same as the other person's position. It's not how that works in everybody's eyes. So even though you have connections with people, you grow with people, you learn with people, you develop with people, and sometimes you would have to go your separate ways due to the fact of when it comes to perspective, moral value, moral fiber, ethics, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, how you're willing to behave, what you're willing to perceive, what you're willing to take, versus what you're willing to sacrifice. Some people are very willing to sacrifice themselves to maintain a way of life, a way of being, a way of wanting to exist. Some people go through so much fucking hell, so much pain, so much turmoil, so much disassociation, just to live the life they thought they wanted to live. But when you look around, you'll have no one living it with you. No one wants to be associated with you. You have proven throughout time, years, and elements that your actual gratitude has been a form of narcissism, narcissistic behaviors, wanting to be the best or the best somebody, never wanting to be humble, to learn a lesson, never wanting to be intricate with people, to get to know the best side of them. It's a lot to live in life and existing in it. But you don't have to be so terrible trying to best everybody that you exist with. Sometimes it's not about being the best or being the one. It's about being the best human that you can be. That doesn't have anything to do with competition. It has nothing to do with um, showing someone how great you are. Sometimes it's all about showing somebody how human you actually are. That translates. That's what transcends. You know, all the other shit you want to put into it, sometimes it's just extra because you want to be extra. That shit is on you. But when it's exposed, what do you have other than your humanity and yourself and people that want to deal with you? Yeah, everything is all about you. But it's about how selfless you are too. Not selfish, selfless. A lot of times making things about other people carries more weight than making things about yourself. That goes for all of us. It's just the people that recognize it and the people that don't. And even when you explain that to some people, they'll still make it about themselves saying, well, you need to know that. You need to know that. You need to understand that. You. It's like, well, fuck it. No need. Take your time. Absorb it. Don't be so quick to respond. It's not a race. You can't race your ass to intelligence. You have to pursue it. Get it? Let's get to the next moment. I ain't even got started. So, most of the time when you're dealing with love and hate, what's the easiest option? The easiest option is to hate. Because you can let your emotions run wild. Let anything come out that goddamn God ass awful mouth. Let the mouth of a dragon speak of a funky breath, motherfucker. You'll let anything come out your mouth. All that shit be coming out your mouth. But what are you doing? Destroying, deleting, dismissing, denying, deceiving, seeking destruction, all because your ego told you to do so. All that shit with your mouth. Just so you can be felt or you can be seen. You can get your point across. You can go viral. You can become famous. People gonna listen to you. No, the fuck they not. Only thing they're gonna do is make fun of how ignorant, foolish, and childish you will continue to be. That's the show. Ain't nobody laughing with you, they laughing at your ass. And they like it because you keep doing it, thinking that it's cute. So you have a sycophant following that embraces your sycophant fucked up behavior, and you think you're doing something right. Congratulations. Anyway, let's get to the next moment. Um, it's much harder to love. The reason why it's harder to love because love shows so many great characteristics about you, who you are, how you are, the way you are, the discipline that you pursue and that you set within yourself because you love yourself first. When you love yourself, you are so much more capable of loving other people. It's sickening. Because some people will figure out how to take care of that. Oh, that person, they're so happy. They love their life. They talk so well. They haven't been through shit. They need to feel the pain that I want to put on their ass. They need to feel me. They need a good motherfucker kick in the teeth. Smile too much. Just look at the teeth. Teeth just pretty. Just got nice teeth. Kick that motherfucker in the teeth. That's how people feel. Just because you got nice teeth or a nice smile. And they don't. But see, sometimes when you have those dreams, your dreams can become nightmares because the things that you ask for and that you pursue, you won't achieve. Winds up, you're fucked up when you ain't got no teeth. Anyway, let's get to the next moment. That's weird. That's why it's harder to love people, man. It's hard to love people because people don't want to be loving. They want to be something else. In all actuality, it's very good to establish love, practice love, appreciate love, uh, compliment love, define love, and redefine love. Those are very positive things to do in life, but the reason why people choose to do otherwise is because they're too full of unsolidified solutions that they have came up with in their heads that they're going to try, lose, pursue, lose again, unless you start to practice how to learn. Learning is a term within itself, as well as thought. Learning means you got to lean in and earn it. That's all. When you put the words learn together, it means lean in and earn. Learning is lean in and earn it. When you learn, you have the skill sets to distribute something because you can put something that you learn into action. And also, learning is the ability to have learned something and master the ability of learning and know how to create next. You don't even have to create anything for anyone else. Nobody even has to discover your creations. Creations do not exist in a fucking patent office. Creations do not exist where everybody can see them either. Creation exists within you, for you, by you. Because I've even ran across so many people. I'm one of them people myself. I've invented things that I'm not necessarily ashamed of, but I just don't want to share to the world. It's mine. It's unique. It's comparable to me. It doesn't have to be shared because it's my advantage, not yours. And it's something that I'm not ready to share, and maybe I will never share because it's mine and not yours. So the inventor has that choice. If there are so many inventions the world would never see because of the world we live in. You've always got to have something unique about you, special about you, that molds you, separates you, creates the divinity in you. Those are the things that you keep for yourself, through yourself, with yourself, because you don't have to give those things to anybody else. Can't nobody force it out you if they don't even know what the fuck it is. And you know I'm not lying. I've learned to keep shit to myself quite some time. Putting everything on the internet can be a crime. You never want to give away your intricacies. Because as soon as you talk about it, somebody's trying to retrieve it. But what if you don't even know what you're looking for, have no idea, no clue? You just got to come see me. That's the only clue. And you still can't get out of it because you don't know what the fuck it is. That's the beauty of it. That's the true meaning of pure secrecy. Things that you own, know that nobody else does. So they can't come snooping because they will never find anything at all. Everything is hidden in plain sight anyway. But you will never fucking find it. You know why? You're too busy looking for something that you don't even know what the fuck you're looking for. You have failed even when you keep trying. Let's get to the next book moment. Love and hate is something else, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's going to go looking for nothing that they don't love what they see, what they can see distributed, how they can operate on it, how they can benefit from it. They just going to look anywhere. Won't find shit. Must be something, must be something. No. It's the person. Okay. The best one, I mean, this is the good one moment. You know, it's a lot of people that don't understand love and hate exist on the same plane because people that don't think before they speak, do they really have the capability of love? Do you have the capacity to love? If you don't even think before you say the shit out your mouth, and then when you say the things out your mouth, you are going to be on the defense of the person that's going to return an insult or some of equivocal value. So you just started some shit, but you don't want to finish. You want to throw stones when you live in a glass house, and then call foul when your shit go down. That's self prep. You know that's self perpetuated. That's self perpetuated. You knew, or you had an idea, or if you knew that you can piss somebody off just good fuck enough to where they will respond in an equivocal manner, but you can't match that, why did you start that shit in the first place? It wasn't even necessary, but you thought wrong. You thought that it was good. You know the person, and you know what the potential that could happen, but you're gonna try it anyway. Fair enough. That means you asked for what the fuck you got, you anticipated it, you just denied it. That's all. You denied the shit. And the reason why you denied it is because you really thought there was a chance that that person was gonna have a good day. Behind the shit you said, how could they? But you delusional anyway. Let's get to the next one. See, love and hate is two sides of the same damn coin. No matter heads, no matter tails. You understand that? Love and hate. It's not a coin, it's pure choice. Do you wake up on the wrong side of the bed some days? Yeah, you do. Yeah, it happens. But you still have a choice. It really depends on how you feel about yourself that day when you wake up. So be careful how you go to bed. I know I got to. I have to do that. Being transparent. I have to be very careful on how I go to bed because I don't want to wake up with hell in me. That disrupts everybody in the damn house. Somebody piss you off, somebody make you mad, man, you better go off. You have to be careful about shit like that. I do. I ain't perfect. It's a lot of shit I have to work on. But I also don't like being triggered either. So it's extremely important for people that even live with each other. Learn how to do it. If you have children, get them on a routine. Have them at a way that they understand what discipline is. Existing amongst others has more to do with the way you govern yourself than people governing themselves. You have to particularly focus on yourself and how you're behaving, because you can alter the whole goddamn equation just with your energy alone. Those are the facts. Those are the facts of the matter. You can like them, you can hate them, you can despise them, you can deceive your damn self, but that's never going to change the fact that it is what it is, and you're still going to be the person that you are, shitty or not. You just have to learn how to pivot into a better way of positioning, not for people to love or hate you, but to respect you. Love is going to be there, and hate gonna damn sure be there. Depending on who we talking to, who you dealing with, and how many people, no matter how much you want them to love you, they're gonna hate you. Just how the game goes. Let's get to the next moment. Knowledge of self requires love. There's a lot of people that really dig themselves, but they don't love themselves. They only do what's good for themselves by how other people view and see and judge them. That's where they get their confidence from. Not internally, it's externally. That means that is very, very applicable to good-looking women and good-looking men. See, some people just need their ego stroke, and they, well, I am, I'm like that. Oh yeah. They can't wait to goddamn just tell you how fucking great they are. But do they ever tell you what it takes and what it took for them to be great, or when it wasn't so great? How were you in your downtime? How do you look when you wasn't so dressed up, and when you knew you was going to go live, and when you knew you was this or that and that? How do you know? You got to be real with yourself. You gotta. If you're gonna do it, everybody ain't up every fucking day. People have ups and they have downs. They just do. That's nature. That's being human. So the thing is, when I come on the Wheelers Podcast, I like to give you lessons. I like to be solutions based. I like to open up the conversation. When I go on TikTok, I like to be human and like to share, and have real interactions. That will be coming here, but it's better there first because I haven't reached that point here first. You know what I'm saying? So when I go to TikTok, I really am able to have very thorough conversations with great people that I interact with, learn from. They learn from me. We do our thing. We get down, and that's what's gonna go on. Yeah, that's why I'm about to get up. We're about to transition in a little bit, but I have to finish the show, so stay with me. Subscribe to the Wilderness Podcast right here on YouTube, and also fuck me on TikTok. That's where I go live. But hey, this is where you're gonna get the real information from. This is where it goes down. It's the biggest platform in the world. It's YouTube, for real. So keep watching the shows live. You'll get the shorts everywhere else, but you're gonna get the live shit here. You're gonna get the long lives, all that you're gonna get here. And even my TikTok previews, when I break them up, when I break them down, y'all gonna see how we get out on TikTok too. I'm gonna put them on YouTube. So we're working it, man. We're learning how to integrate. We're learning how to integrate these platforms so that people get to get all the content, all of the shit that we talk about, things that we share. Let's get to the next book moment. Here we go. We know that knowledge of self requires love. Knowledge of self requires love because in order for you to put that much energy, effort, and love into yourself, that requires knowledge of how to do it, and not to become a narcissist. So that you gotta know how this educational. So let's get to the next book moment because it ties into the other. Love requires knowledge of self. You see, the flip flop. Just like that. So you got knowledge of self requires love, and love requires knowledge of self. It's balance. That's a centering of yourself. Don't think too much of yourself, but you damn sure don't think less of yourself. You want to maintain what you would call a universal balance of acceptance and appreciation for all, and also all things that are worthy of. But they exist in all ranges, globally, people, all ranges of color, uh, all ranges of perspective, but not hate. Hate doesn't have a range. Hate has a direct, distinct position to destroy. Stay away from that. That if humanity stayed away from hate, we would have a more renewed construction with understanding each other. Because you don't want to go to those boundaries. Because they lead you to places that you can't come back from. Let's get to the last one. Life and living equals growth. In order to live, you have to grow. In order to learn, you have to grow. In order to become disciplined, in order to become educated, in order to become learned, you have to participate in something repetitiously, over and over again, in order to learn, achieve, triumph, become the master, become the great one, become the doctorate, become the one. You got to put in the work. It's called repetition. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about things that you have to do to achieve the higher elements of learning nature of self. Self will teach you. You just have to open up your ears and your body to learn and be perceptive. That's how the game goes. That's what it is. So love and hate exist on the same plane, but you really do dictate the plane more than you think you do. You just have to get more tools to help you navigate your way. That's the Will List Podcast. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for tuning into the show. I love you for tuning in the show. And I love you anyway, man. We gotta get through this. We gotta get through these difficult sessions in order to understand how we can get to the good times. Check it out. That's the show tonight. I appreciate you. You know this favorite part of the show. The will is yours. Be cool. Keep learning. Stop hating. Start loving. Be easy. Peace out.